Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kamal. The headlines first. Prime Minister and Army Chief at a meeting in Islamabad today discussed national and regional security matters. Prime Minister has constituted a committee to devise a comprehensive plan of action to provide low-cost housing facilities to the masses. Presidential election will be held tomorrow to elect the 13th president for the next 5 years. Foreign Minister and his Afghan counterpart have agreed on continued bilateral cooperation under Afghanistan-Pakistan Action Plan for Peace and Solidarity. In occupied Kashmir, the Joint Resistance Leadership says they would continue to demand their inalienable right to self-determination, boycotting any kind of elections by India. Chinese President says Beijing will implement 8 major initiatives with African countries in the next 3 years, covering industrial promotion, infrastructure connectivity, trade facilitation, and green development. And now the news in detail. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa called on Prime Minister Imran Khan in Islamabad today. According to Inter-Services Public Relations, matters related to national and regional security were discussed in the meeting. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the construction of low-cost and affordable 5 million houses is foremost priority of the government. He was chairing a meeting on construction of low-cost and affordable houses in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister said this would not only address housing issues of the people, especially in the major cities, but would also promote economic growth and create job opportunities. After a detailed discussion on various international models and roadmaps for addressing the issue of housing, a committee was constituted under Secretary Housing and works to devise a comprehensive and coherent plan of action. The committee would submit its initial recommendations to the Prime Minister within 1 week. The Senate began discussion today on an adjournment motion moved by Mohammad Javed Abbasi regarding the issue of rigging in recently held general election. Opening the debate, Senator Abbasi said a parliamentary commission should be formed to probe rigging allegations in the general election. Senator Javed Abbasi said ECP made tall claims about the efficiency of result transmission system, RTS, and result management system, but they badly failed on the election day. Asad Ali Khan Junejo said it was a question mark on the performance of NADRA, ECP, and internet service providers in ensuring functionality of RTS and RMS. He also demanded constitution of a parliamentary committee to probe failure of RTS and the ECP in holding free, fair, and transparent election. Minister for Education and Technical Training Shafqat Mahmood has said a special program for street children and standard curriculum for entire country will be introduced. Talking to World Bank's country director Pachamutu Elangwan in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan is currently facing various challenges in education sector and the government is fully committed to resolve them. Country Director World Bank appreciated the steps Pakistan intends to take for promotion of education and offered the World Bank help and support in this regard. Asian Development Bank has reiterated its commitment to continue its support to the deprived segments of the society in Pakistan through the platform of BISP. Director General for Central and West Asia Department of ADB, Werner Liepatch, said this during a meeting with Secretary BISP Umar Hamid Khan in Islamabad today. He said PTI government is more inclined towards executing social sector initiatives through indigenous funding or soft grant options. Presidential election will be held tomorrow to elect 13th President of Pakistan for next 5 years. Arif Alvi of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Etazaz Ehsan of Pakistan People's Party, and PMLN-backed Maulana Fazl Rahman are vying for the seat. A joint session of Parliament will be held at Parliament House in Islamabad tomorrow, in which members of National Assembly and the Senate will exercise their right to vote. Voting will be held through a secret ballot. Similarly, provincial assemblies will hold sessions tomorrow for the election. Polling will begin at 10 a.m. and continue till 4 p.m. Supreme Court was informed today that properties worth $110 billion owned by Pakistanis abroad have so far been located. The additional Attorney General told a three-member bench of the Apex Court headed by Chief Justice of Pakistan, Mia Saqib Nisar, that 2,752 Pakistanis own properties in UAE and 225 in the UK. Director General ISPR Major General Asif Ghafoor has paid tributes to martyrs and Ghazis on the occasion of Pakistan Defence Day. In a message on Twitter, he saluted the martyrs and Ghazis, saying that they rendered sacrifices to fulfill our dreams. The DG ISPR also shared a video carrying visuals of the soldiers injured in combat as a patriotic song played in the background. This is Radio Pakistan. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the peace and prosperity of Pakistan and Afghanistan is interlinked, being close neighbors. He expressed these views while talking to his Afghan counterpart Salahuddin Rabbani, who telephoned him and congratulated on his appointment as Foreign Minister. They agreed on continued cooperation under Pakistan-Afghanistan Action Plan for Peace and Solidarity. The two foreign ministers also agreed that the next round of APA-PPS would soon be held in Islamabad. The issue of closure of Pakistan Consulate General in Jalalabad due to security crisis was also discussed. Shah Mahmood Qureshi requested the Afghan government for restoring previous security arrangements existing till 28th August 2018 so that Consulate General's normal functioning could be resumed at the earliest. Afghan Foreign Minister reassured a positive outcome soon in this regard and mentioned his meeting with the Ambassador of Pakistan in Kabul yesterday. Foreign Minister Makhdoom Shah Mahmood Qureshi has urged the international community to move beyond rhetoric and take meaningful steps in putting immediate end to the gross and systematic human rights abuses in the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He expressed these views during a meeting with former Australian Senator Lee Rhiannon, who is on a 6-day visit to Pakistan and Azad Kashmir. While expressing support for the Kashmiri people, Australian Senator Lee said the international community must take into account the findings of the UN report on Jammu and Kashmir. She said the report exposes the real face of Indian brutalities in held Kashmir. In occupied Kashmir, the Joint Resistance Leadership has condemned the inhuman treatment being meted out to pro-freedom leaders and activists in jails outside the territory. The JRL leadership at a meeting in Srinagar today said the Kashmiris were continuously bearing the brunt of daily crackdowns by more than 800,000 Indian troops stationed in every nook and corner of the occupied territory. The leadership made it clear to India that the people of Jammu and Kashmir would boycott any kind of elections and instead continue to demand their inalienable right to self-determination. Chinese President Xi Jinping has said that his country will implement 8 major initiatives with African countries in the next 3 years and beyond. He made the announcement in a keynote speech delivered at the opening ceremony of the 2018 Beijing Summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation today. He said the initiatives will cover fields such as industrial promotion, infrastructure connectivity, trade facilitation, and green development. In Myanmar, a court has jailed 2 reporters for 7 years in landmark secrets case. Yangon Northern District Judge Yi Lin said the reporters breached the Colonial Era Official Secrets Act when they collected and obtained confidential documents. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and humid weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain, thundershower with gusty winds is expected at a few places in Dera Ghazi Khan, Malakand, Dera Ismail Khan, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Kashmir. To end the news, here are some of the headlines once again. Prime Minister and Army Chief at a meeting in Islamabad today discussed national and regional security matters. Prime Minister has constituted a committee to devise a comprehensive plan of action to provide low-cost housing facilities to the masses. Chinese President says Beijing will implement 8 major initiatives with African countries in the next 3 years covering industrial promotion, infrastructure connectivity, trade facilitation, and green development. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.